Hey, what's going on, guys? G-Dog Casey here with my buddy Matt, casting some more StarCraft 2 action from the Chobo Team League. This is a Week 5 matchup between Team All Inspiration and Team Guns and Roaches. And I'll start off by introducing the Red Terran up in the top right corner of Foxtrot Labs. This is Team All Inspiration's Operator.
And in the bottom left-hand corner, we have our teal Terran player playing for Team Guns and Roaches, Paradox. So TVT matchup.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen a good TVT, and I'm excited to see how these players will develop their playstyles here. Now, Operator is a Platinum now. At the beginning of the season, he was Gold, so he's definitely been making a push up the Platinum ladders here and increasing his skill quite a bit. And we'll see how he handles a TVT. And the last time we saw that, if I remember right, he sent out like a pretty nice Marine tank push that sort of sieged up on the natural of his opponent and just ended up making him leave the game pretty quickly.
Yeah, so for Paradox, we have a quick gas going down, so that's a very quick gas, even before the barracks, so...
Yeah, so I'm most likely going to see a very fast factory, I would assume, although he still hasn't started. There he goes. He's going out for that barracks now. And a gas for Operator as well. A little bit more time for that Reaper opening, so we'll see if he goes for that Reaper.
Now, the only difference being that our Operator is walling off, whereas Paradox isn't.
Yeah, you don't necessarily have to wall off against a Terran player, but you can do it just to sort of keep your...
Prevent the early scout, yeah.
Yeah, you prevent that early scout. You can stop some Hellions, too, if we do see Hellions, which is a possibility considering the quick factory here. We'll have to see what he wants to do with that.
Yeah, not much really going down. Switching to orbital command right now for Operator.
Yeah, and he's getting a Marine, not a Reaper, so that's a little different. He'll be able to shoo that SCV away. Back home, there is a factory going down for Paradox, and it's much quicker than Operators. So we're looking at a situation here. Okay, well, there goes that factory for Operator. I'm interested to see who's going to expand first.
Yeah, it's they're with the reactor going down on the barracks. I can see a switch coming out very quickly between the factory and the barracks, and I can't really tell who I would think would expand first. Although unfortunately, Paradox is in the midst of being supply blocked.
Yeah, it's not really bugging him too much though because he's just building up a starport, reactor. And, it looks like he's going to be going for probably a quick Banshee play is my guess. Whereas on Operator side, it looks like he might switch these. No, he's just going to go into Marine production. And he might actually be going for the Banshee play here. He's only got one SCV in his refinery at home, though.
Yeah, starport going down for Operator as well, so...
With a tech lab on that factory. Yeah, tech lab on the factory for Paradox as well, and he's actually going to get a little bit of a head start on this.
Nobody building command center yet, so still both solely focusing on one base.
Yeah, they're just going to cloak Banshee each other. No engineering base down for either player, so there's not going to be any turrets.
No, another tech lab for the factory as well. Marine still being produced. We have 4 out right now, about to be 6.
Yeah, and these Marines are going to do well to sort of shoo off the Cloak Banshee if he does manage to get a turret in place, or at least has the energy for scans. Because that Banshee's on its way now. And Cloak will finish just in time.
Yeah, now our Operator does have enough for a scan right now, as long as he saves it and doesn't waste it.
Yeah, I sense a mule drop coming very soon.
Yeah, there it is.
So no energy for a scan here, and this Cloak is about to finish up. The Banshee's on its way. It might be able to do some SCV damage, and at the same time, Operator's Banshee is moving out as well. But it's a lot later than this one. Although the Banshee has stopped. Okay, there it goes. It's going again. And in the background here, Paradox has dropped his natural.
Yeah. So let's see what kind of damage this Banshee can do. They're going to realize that they're both doing the same play.
Yeah, Banshee getting out of there, though.
Yeah. Now taking the long route is Operator's Banshee. Now I can see both of them saving up their scans now because that Banshee did see the starport, did see the tech lab on it, so...
Yeah, and a quick scan from Operator can easily take care of this Banshee here that's kind of harassing his push on its way out. Banshee is just sort of hammering away at this factory here. And there is a Raven in play, so that's going to give the detection needed for this army to take out that Banshee. And yeah, Operator just lost his Banshee. And he lost his tank, so this push that he's trying to put together here just kind of basically lost all its power with that tank going down. And Operator just has to turn around and go back.
That's unfortunate for him. Now, if you look at the supply, it's 49 to 55 right now, so units, lost. We have a lead right now for Paradox of 475 minerals as it stands.
Yeah, and he's way ahead in the SCV count as well. So things are looking pretty good for Paradox right now. We need Operator to sort of, I don't know, maybe he has to drop like a second or a third base again just to catch up here. We'll have to see. He is getting some barracks, and he's going to be transitioning into a, more standard bio play.
And a very good scan, although he did use both of them. A very good scan to take out that Banshee that was coming. But we have a push here with the Raven and a few Marines, about 12 of them, although looks like they're turning around. Changed their mind. Sieged up tank at the top of the natural, at the ramp of the natural. Another tank just sitting there, not doing much.
Reactor going down on the starport as well is definitely telling us we're switching to a full bio play here from Operator. He's going to go into medevacs and hopefully get a tech lab on these barracks so he can get some stim pack and some combat shields.
Now, if we look at the two bases, though, or the two naturals of each player, the natural for Paradox is virtually entirely saturated, whereas there's only 5 workers on Operator's natural. So the economy is swinging in favor of Paradox. So he's going to be able to make his army quite a bit, substantially faster than Operator will be able to.
Yeah, it just feels like Paradox's opening was a little bit crisper, and his macro behind this is going to be the key here because that's how you lose an edge, right? When you have the early edge, you have to be able to keep it to ensure that you're going to have a easier time winning the game. Dropping a third for Paradox in his own main as well, so it looks like he is at least looking to take a third. Whereas Operator, I don't see that yet.
No, unit composition virtually the same with a couple tanks. Although that Raven there for Paradox, but Marines, tanks, virtually the same as it stands.
Yeah, now I was kind of a nub there and sort of completely missed this drop play that came in from Paradox. It did a bit of damage. He killed off 5 SCVs and, maybe a couple Marines and a Viking or something. But other than that, didn't actually do too much. Operator did a good job holding that off. There is a lone Marine out for Operator as well. Looks like he's going to be scanning for that third base, possibly.
Yeah, just sitting there in the bottom corner.
Still no third drop for Operator here. So he looks like he might be actually just trying to power up off of 2 bases and hopefully catch Paradox in transition here because the third is moving out. And he's planning on dropping that right now.
Yeah, and we're just looking at the production tab. We have Stimpack and Weapons 1 coming out for Operator right now. But a massive amount of production going on for Paradox. Yeah, Armor level 1.
And Paradox already has those 2 upgrades as well. So
yeah.
Operator's still playing catch-up here.
Now, good timing of the scan to see that the army is moving out, or at least some of it is. Gonna leave a couple units at home, see what kind of damage these 3 Vikings, about 24 Marines, and a couple tanks.
Yeah, but the tanks are already sieged up here for Paradox. Oh, that third base is going to get caught, though. Medevac needs to be careful. It's going to be flying to its death here. That Medevac goes down sort of carelessly there. But if the Vikings can keep the air control here, then we could have a better engagement for Operator. He has more tanks, but he's going to lose all his Vikings. And his Marines are getting shot down.
Yeah, these Marines are just getting blown up. They're going to try and take out these rocks from a distance, but these Vikings are going to try and do as much damage from afar.
Well, they're giving the tanks vision, and that's really the key here, because those tanks are getting free shots off. Now, the whole army stims in for Paradox, and... Oh, he's backing up. I really think he should have just committed to that, because now he's backed up and he's left Operator with 3 tanks. No.
Uh-oh.
No more reinforcements streaming across the map for Operator either. Does he at least have a third base in construction? I don't see it.
No, it looks like he's sticking with the two base play and pulling everybody back. Probably gonna regroup. Another medevac out. 2 medevacs out actually.
Well, at this point, he's going to want to just build that command center on the low ground, I would think, because he's getting a little bit farther behind. There are more barracks in production, though, so he's trying to keep up here. He's eventually going to be mined out of his main node. He's going to be in trouble.
Yeah, production is maintaining steadily for Paradox, whereas I think that was a bad aim move. He lost a whole bunch of Marines without both tanks before they're even able to siege up.
Yeah, both players scanning like mad on each other. Want to make sure they have the positioning correctly. And Paradox, those tanks are the heroes so far.
Yeah, now these stimmed units may be able to they catch out that last tank, take out the medevac, and Operator's left with a very small compilation of units now. So they are running for their lives as it stands.
Yeah, he's going to have to fall back and defend his natural. And I think Paradox might smell a bit of blood here because he's on 3 bases that have been mining for quite a while now. Not fully saturated, but still doing quite well. And he decides to pick everything up and move out. And I think this is a good decision for him because Operator's going to be right on the back foot here.
Yeah, now Operator trying to take out those rocks, maybe trying to put himself in a position to get a third, but... I
don't think he knows he's helping out his opponent right now by doing that.
No.
Vikings engaging on the medevacs here. They're probably going to be able to grab that one. Oh, good stim by Operator, but he's about to realize here he's way outnumbered here. 3 tanks, and he has no Vikings.
Yeah, the 5 Vikings are just gonna, with those tanks in the front line right now, those are gonna
just continue to siege up the natural. And this whole time he's mining off 3 bases, he's getting farther and farther ahead. And if you look at the supply count, that just says it all.
Yeah, 124 to 177. Paradox is capital at the moment, but there's really nothing that Operator could do right now to pull himself back into this game. More units streaming across the map now. I think this is going to be time for the final push very shortly.
Yeah, he does have to play kind of delicately, though. He doesn't want to just sacrifice all his bio units to those tanks. He inches a little bit closer, which is going to be just what he needs in order to start bombarding these tanks, and that's going to be pretty much it. He does have lots of reinforcements coming from behind, and +2 on the way. Finally, Operator's building a third, but I think it's way too late here. Not to mention his upgrades are really suffering.
Yeah, too little, too late. Paradox is maxed out right now, 197. Moving forward a little bit, it's going to take out that tank very, very quickly. Yeah. One more shot.
Yeah. He's having a bit of a dilemma there with the siege. But okay, there's still one more tank back here for Operator, but you can just see what he's doing, just slowly inching his way closer, tightening his chokehold, and eventually it's just going to be too much here.
Yeah, I can see the grand battle is just about to start.
Still 1 tank. That's going to be kind of frustrating. But there we go. Yeah, he finds a position there where he can kind of take some shots at the natural. Now, there are 2 tanks here for Operator. but he just took out that second base so quickly.
Yeah, too little, too late, I think.
He's got to grab these extra units here. Add them to the battle. Operator is making a valiant stand here. He's got SCVs holding position, repairing some of these tanks as well.
Trying to re-put down that second, although I don't think that's really going to do anything now. He's mined out. He has one patch left with only 75 minerals remaining. This is
heads up play. He's going for a counterattack here. And he might catch the tanks on siege, and that would be brilliant actually. But heads up play by Paradox also to kind of... Oh, look at this. He's a little split up here. Oh, no. The Concave is so strong for Paradox. Nice play to bring his units back into position to defend against that. Siege up the tanks for the reinforcements. Awesome job by Paradox. I feel bad that Operator's, a player on this team that I really like, but Paradox just played really well that game.
Yeah, it was the third base. Third base made the game. Unfortunately, Operator wasn't able to catch up after a couple of good attacks, and good win for Paradox. So TVT winner, Paradox. Yep.
StarCraft game replay.
Yep.
Cast.
Cool. Much. Nice.
Okay. Well, good game, Paradox, and Guns N' Roses win yet another match this week, so it's getting a little tight here. But thanks for watching, guys. We really appreciate it, and stay tuned for the next video coming up shortly.
Cheers.